motion that we maintain with our faith.
Let's pray. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity to gather here today to do business with people in Limestone County. Help guide and direct us to make good decisions for all our constituents. As always, please protect all our armed forces, all our first responders, police officers, fire departments, etc. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor and Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to our meeting. Let the record show that all the commissioners are present. Do you have any comments? Okay. At this time, we are going to open it up to public comments. I have Mr. John Clarkson. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Clarkson, I want to let you know that we try to limit this to about 3 minutes. And I often tell people that it's a time that we're going to appear rude to you. And the reason being is we're going to listen to you talk about what you want to talk about. Please keep it to without coming up with any personnel type issues. I don't want you to talk really about anybody. And then also, we won't be able to respond back to you because it's not on the agenda. But right now, you got the floor, sir, for the next 3 minutes.
All right, sir. Thank you. I'm here to find out what it would take to get something on the agenda. And my main issue is the closure of a county road that's about a quarter of a mile long. It borders one side of my property and my neighbor behind me. That's his access to his land. There's been no quarrels between me and him. It's just there's a lot of mischief going on around here, and too many bad things are happening in this world that we live in every day. And I guess y'all are aware of all that. The issues that we have are borders being open and people flooding there, and not to mention escapees from our prison system. I hate to bring up Centerville, Texas, which is 40 miles from here, but there was quite a controversy over that. And to be honest with you, I'm scared to death. About 2 years ago, my neighbor had a bullet hole. He woke up in the morning and had a bullet hole in the corner of his little four-wheeler that he drives to work out on the farm there. And there was had to be at least a 50 caliber. I'm not sure of any of them. And we're assuming this person shot it from the county road across my neighbor's pasture and hit my neighbor's forward. And that the big ruckus there. As a matter of fact, the game warden was called down there. We had a big discussion about it with him. He suggested that I present this to the court and have the road closed. It's just a quarter of a mile. And there's people that come down that road in the middle of the night, middle of the day, for no business at all, just to turn around and I don't know what they're doing. I know on one occasion they dropped 9 puppies in my backyard, chain link fence puppies. And it wasn't so much that I could take care of the animals, but what got me upset was the fact that he had opened the gate. They had opened the gate, place some that private property there. And that's what really upset me there again. So needless to say, there's locks on all the gates. The side of this story is all the puppies were placed in foster care, are adopted. But it's just there's just too many things that are just happening all the time, and there's more of my neighbors, bless all their hearts and souls. I've had 3 deaths in the last probably 3 years. And our little neighborhood is getting smaller and smaller, and it's more open to being accessible to the public, which is my main concern. Is have this little quarter of a mile road is, I'm just requesting permission to have this brought to the agenda it needs to be, and I need to know what the process is to get there to this point. And it's just a main concern for me and my neighbors that all this is happening around there, so.
Judge, I know we don't respond, but would you tell us the road number?
Pardon me?
Would you tell us the road number?
Oh, it's 733, and intersects with 723 in the little town of Cossing, just outside of Cossing.
I just want to hear the precinct.
So that's where it's located at. And I invite any and everyone who'd like to come out and look at this little road out from there.
Mr. Foxton, if you will, I'll get your telephone number before you leave. I'll get your telephone number, and I'm your commissioner, and I'll get with you and we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. I wouldn't.
Absolutely.
I had no idea who I was talking to the whole time. Anyway, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, let's go ahead then and move along and go to item number 6. I trust y'all had a chance to look at the consent agenda in your packet, so we have a motion to approve it.
Second.
And a second. Is there any other discussion on this item? Not all in favor, say aye. Opposed? That motion will pass, and we'll move on to item number 7, which is our regular agenda, specification on county burn ban. Matt, how are we doing? All right, we're gonna, unless anyone has any objections, we're gonna pass that item and leave the burn ban off. The next item is a presentation by the master gardener on the progress of a 10-year project. Who's here from the master gardeners?
Hi all, I'm Sarah Peters.
Come on up,
Okay.
I'm old, I can't hear that.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm Sarah Peters, the Agriculture and Natural Resources County Executive in this county. And today I have with me Chris Clark. She's one of our master gardeners, and she'll be giving a short presentation, 5 minutes, on their 10-year project that they're working on. So, she is.
Good morning. Confucian once said, I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I actually understand. Inspiration Gardens here in Limestone County is being developed to create a learning environment that's going to be focused on seeing and doing. A place where children learn about plant biology, plant ecosystems, and gardening, where adults and can learn about garden design, best cultivation practices, and effective garden management. All of these things by doing and seeing. So I want to talk about Inspiration Gardens, but before I do, I want to talk just very briefly about Master Gardeners, for those of you that may or may not be familiar. Master Gardeners is a statewide county program, volunteer program under the umbrella of Texas AgriLife Extension Service. We are only one of 89 counties in our Texas 254 counties that have a Master Gardener program. So there are only 35% of the counties that have a Master Gardener program. We're really blessed to have this particular program. We're not a club, we're not a social organization. It actually, there are some somewhat restrictive expectations to become a Master Gardener. You have to have 50 hours of training and actually complete 50 volunteer hours initially, and then there are ongoing annual requirements for both training and volunteerism. So we are a trained organization of volunteers. Our primary mission is to provide horticulture education to our county. So the county is an inherent part of Master Gardeners. We currently here in Limestone County have about 25 certified men and women that are Master Gardeners. And this coming January, we'll be actually starting a new class. So if any of you know of anybody that might be interested, send them our way. But let me talk now about this particular project. Hopefully all of you have seen materials. I sent you packets about a month ago. Hopefully you're familiar with the project. But just to recap a bit, Inspiration Gardens is going to be about a half-acre county educational garden that's going to be located at Springfield Hall. Texas Florida Enterprises, who owns Springfield Hall, has given us the rights to the land for Inspiration Gardens for the next 10 years and hopefully beyond. That 10 years we'll reconsider and move forward from there. The gardens will actually offer a variety of themed garden areas lush gardens connected by an intricate pathway of systems that will connect all the key garden areas and all the key instructional areas within the gardens. The gardens will include a children's garden, a rainwater harvesting instructional area, and numerous themed areas such as Texas natives, vegetables, flowers and pollinators, along with a prayer and meditation garden. The instructional programming, which is what is key to this garden, will be targeted to various audiences throughout the county, essentially all of the county. There'll be preschool programming, there'll be programming targeted to elementary and secondary students, and there will be adult programming as well. All of the programming will be very hands-on in its focus, but there will be a variety of techniques as well. There will be signage throughout so that programming and education can happen on an ongoing basis. And then there will also be formalized instruction through workshops and seminars that will be offered at the gardens. So currently, to give you a little bit of an idea, because we want you to be aware of this project and we want you to be current on the development of this project, we're working right now on the infrastructure to the gardens. We just recently completed an irrigation system throughout the gardens, and we're working now on garnering the funding and then completing the garden trails and fencing that will go around the gardens. Master gardeners are determined to get this project done. They're dedicated to getting back to the county through this gardens. We just recently, as an example, moved by hand 4,000, almost 4,000 5-pound bricks and over 100 80-pound concrete blocks. That was quite the effort, and literally it was done by hand. So there's a lot of heart in this group. There's a lot of dedication in this group. There's a lot of commitment in this group to this project. Planning is underway right now to establish the first gardens and the first instructional programs. Our first program will actually be in spring of 2024, and it's going to be a collaborative effort with Fort Parker, and it's going to be targeted to fourth graders. It's going to be basically a day of history and horticulture for the fourth graders throughout the county. So we're already beginning to develop our educational programming. Benefits, hopefully you all can see the benefits of Inspiration Gardens to the county, but just to spend a minute talking about those, we'll be providing our children and adults with a truly unique educational environment that has never existed. We've had nothing like this in the county before. This will also showcase Limestone County as we get the gardens completed, and will provide an opportunity to draw in surrounding counties to our county for the gardens. As we draw in people, the hope would be obviously that they will come and they will have at least a somewhat impact on our economic base, because they're going to be buying lunch and gas and doing all the things that are required when you come spend a day in Limestone County. As commissioners, our goal is that we want you to be knowledgeable about Inspiration Gardens, and we want you to support and promote this effort in every way possible. We want you to know what's happening, and we hope you'll talk about it, and we hope you'll support it. In closing, like Confucius, we Master Gardeners believe that true learning comes in the form of seeing and doing. We're dedicated to committed to offering a setting that's going to provide opportunities for seeing and doing in very unique ways, and that's going to be happening through Inspiration Gardens. Questions?
Thank you. All right. We'll actually be taking on that item. We do appreciate the presentation. Let's go to item number 9. And this is going to be discussed and take action on the replat of tract 40 and Timber Oaks Tracts Block A subdivision. Do I have a is it Cody? Cody, I'm sorry. Cody, I know you're wanting us to divide this up. Have you visited with the Road and Bridge Department on this?
I haven't, when I came in, I could have gone down, but she said that she could send it over. It doesn't encroach on.
Jerry, have you looked at it at all?
Yeah, the front of the road, where the boundary is, it doesn't touch, the road isn't impacted at all. It does.
You didn't buy part of the number.
My brother Walter, I'm acting as, he's been a power attorney, he's currently out of country, but he's selling, 1.8 acres to my sister Kimberly. And it includes the house and whatever. And he's just stopping just short of where the pond is and is selling that. So he's just selling of that part of the lot, is all he's doing. And, it doesn't, the only reason we got it surveyed and done like this is because they said because it has already been platted, they needed to like give her own number, whatever for her. And, so that's all I'm trying to do.
Judge, that's in my precinct, and I move that we approve the replat track 40,
Okay,
Timber Oaks track block A7.
A second.
motion and a second to approve that. If I need to sign that or anyone else, it'll be after the meeting. It'll be smooth.
Okay.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on the side? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you. Let's go to item number 10. Let's discuss and take action accepting donation of a John Deere Gator to the Limestone County Fairgrounds from Arnold and Penny Gray. I don't see Arnold and Penny here today. Yeah, Terry's here, but the Grays are not, and this is just another time that they donated something. So Terry, this generous donation gonna fit the bill for that?
Yes, it is. It is used John Deere Gator, so we do need to do some maintenance on it. I'm gonna call Robert, and see if he can, change all the filters and everything on it, but it works for service purpose that we need it for.
All right, then. What's the pleasure of the Commissioner's Court on accepting that donation? We have a motion and do we have a second?
Second.
And a second. Any other discussion on this item? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So that will pass. All right, let's go down to item number 11, discuss take action on utility line agreement with LCR 232. I hope y'all had a chance to take a look at this. Gary, you see any problems with our roads on this utility line?
No, he just wants city water, and the city won't bring the water to him. We're running it from Chris Ho's house straight down the road toward to his house.
Make a motion to approve the utility line agreement on County Road 232.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? And that will pass. I would move y'all up, Steve, but we're almost to you, so let me just keep going down the line, or I'll get to you here. Item number 12 is going to be discuss take action on canceling the Commissioners Court meeting on December 26th. That is our meeting is scheduled, our second meeting, or our next meeting, actually. Marcia, tell us, what did we do last year? I can't remember. Nor did a big deal.
We have a resolution that's been put in place that covers us to be able to go ahead and still process the bill payment.
Okay.
What happens is you'll get the packet in the January meeting, but we'll still process and pay bills normally. That will.
The options are to just not have a meeting or to try to reschedule it, and I'll leave it up to y'all. Which
I move we cancel the meeting December 26th.
second. Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So that'll pass. Now let's move into item number 13. I need a motion to remove this from the table. This is the tower lease agreement with 5D Wireless.
Make a motion.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? We'll now, since that's been moved from the table, we will now go into that item, item 14, and discuss and take action on tower lease agreement with 5D Wireless. We've got Mr. Stephen Daffy here today to answer any questions that y'all might have. The one thing that I would be very interested in knowing is, I know you vaguely told me that you're going to be donating to the county some services. Can you expand on that, Mr. Daffy?
Well, we donate several things over the years, but we are going to give the county any help in doing any kind of installs on the tower that they need, like fire stations or anything like that. And our part of that would be also to maintain the grounds, keep mowed and everything, and do a tower inspection every 3 years.
But as far as the actual internet, once this is up and running, were you going to make sure that the sheriff's department had
Yes,
internet,
We're gonna make sure
things like that you were going to?
yeah, we're going to put an access point at every tower, so if the sheriff's department needs to pull up and get on the internet or make a Wi-Fi telephone call, they can do that. That'd be free.
Are there any other plans already set in place for what the county, people that are gonna provide service for, what the plans are for them?
Oh, yeah, it was in the bid agreement. The lowest internet price is $45 a month and the highest is $150.
Okay.
And I'm going to do one lower for senior citizens. I'm going to do a $35 plan.
And some I was looking at, that the county's gonna incur, paying for the insurance for the tower. Would y'all be willing to pay a yearly fee other than $10 to maybe cover some of the costs that could be coming back to the county?
We can, it's just as long as it keeps it low, because this is going to be probably the first year, going to be a losing project. Right? We get it up going, to get people on it, because we're gonna be paying for internet, and it's gonna run about 2,000 a month for internet. And, then we got the upkeep on the towers, you know, and, you know, maintenance on them, and, you know, as long as we keep that price up, if it gets up too high, then we'll have to put a line item on it, from everybody's bill, you know, to divide that up.
Right, okay.
I mean, if we do a lot of stuff in the county, I mean, in the last, since 2002, I just was jotting this down, but I've got this that I've donated over since 2002. You know, just things that we do.
Yes, sir.
And we don't have a charge for it. The last time was when the sheriff's office was down, and they were down for a day and a half, and the radio, a new one's not available anymore. Well, I went and dug one up and fixed it for them. I never charged for that at all.
Sure. And I recognize, obviously, if something goes down in the middle of the night, we're not gonna be the ones getting called. You're gonna be the ones.
And I've had many calls in the middle of the night, holidays.
Sure, I understand that.
Judge, I'm gonna make a motion that we accept the contract as written with the $10. And the reason being, I feel like, and I said it last meeting, but I'll say it again, I feel like our job with this money that came from the federal government, not from the property tax dollars of the people in Limestone County, is allowing us to get our constituents good, affordable internet service, which we hadn't had in the past, and that was the intention of the federal money, was to get that done. And $10, $1,000, $2,500 is really irrelevant. Our job is to help our constituents. So I move that we approve the contract as written.
I'll second.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second to approve the contract as written. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same. Okay, we have, let's go ahead and go down the line, so I'll make sure I get it right. Commissioner, Forrest, go ahead. You made the motion, so yay.
Yay.
Commissioner Wright? Nay. Commissioner, Anderson? Nay. Commissioner Bradley?
Yeah.
So it's 2-2, and I'm gonna vote, to go along with that, so it's 3-2 in favor of approving this, contract agreement. Okay. All right, let's go ahead, and thank you very much for your time. Let's go ahead then and move along, into item number 16, discuss take action on purchasing trucks for road and bridge. Jerry, tell us what we get.
We're using the same company we used last year, and we went out for 3 different bids from 3 different companies, and they were the lowest one by far.
Is this something like one?
Yes.
Same as the company that you used for the last one. It's the same company that you used for the last one, the last 2 trucks. Which is you're replacing. Just say.
We're putting more in the line, so we don't have 3 or 4 guys in a pickup.
Okay, I don't know if we're replacing some or we're just adding on.
Right, we got a couple that we need to probably get rid of.
I make a motion that we buy the 2 trucks.
Okay, we have a motion. I'll second. And a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Let me back up to item number 15, so I skipped over that one. And let's do, discuss and take action on a road use agreement with Stetson Renewable Holdings LLC, Mustang Solar. We do have the, road use agreement that we're pretty much putting out to all of the solar folks. One of the things we are gonna talk about in the near future though is what's happening on the repairs to the wind turbines, because they're starting to tear some roads up, so that'll probably be on the next, agenda. But as of today, this is for the solar, which I don't think are quite as intrusive as the wind were, so this is a standard, road use agreement. We just asked them to make sure that when they're through, that the roads are as good or better than they were when they got.
Make a motion.
Okay, second. We have a motion and a second to approve that. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, let's go then to item number 17, discuss and take action on budget transfers 633 for elections. And, Deborah, you want to talk about this?
I do want to apologize to the board that it says on there for the cost of public programming, it is not the cost of public programming. I failed to change that when I submitted the request form. It is actually for the cost of postage for the mass mail out. This is where the entire county gets new voter registration.
So moved.
We have a motion to approve that. Second. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right, let's go ahead again and go to item number 18, discuss take action on budget transfer 634 for the auditor's office. To replace a broken water cooler.
Our water dispenser that we've had for 12 years, last week, we came into work and busted it all over the floor.
Oh.
So we were just trying to see about getting that one replaced.
I'll make a motion to the budget transfer for the audit.
We have a motion and a second, is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, let's go to item number 19, let's discuss take action on salary adjustment. This is going to be out of the district clerk's office. She's actually just moving someone to a different position, I believe. Motion to clerk 3 and clerk 4. These two people here, money that we already have budgeted, she's just moving people up to fill those positions.
Move approved,
A motion and a second to approve that. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And
So moved.
unfortunately, we're at adjournment time. Does anybody want to adjourn? We have a motion.
Speaker's all
And a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. And we say adjourn. Thank you very much.